Zootopia Better Zootopia. Look at this from Drew Smith right here. Opening day has been busy at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The standby queue currently stretches outside of the attraction's entrance near Asia. Whoa! And when we take a look at that video right there, look at that. We have all kinds of people coming out for opening day. That was November 7th right here of 2025. And look, there are a lot of people genuinely interested to see the first Zootopia attraction to be featured at Walt Disney World, especially in Animal Kingdom. Even Joe Rohde may not have appreciated that too much. I guess he's since changed his tune. That's very, very interesting. But despite this huge outpouring of people looking to see this show right here, unfortunately that momentum didn't last long. I want to go ahead and get you over to the third data right here where you can see the weekly average wait times. Again, Zootopia Better Zootopia debuted last week, and you can see right here and how it's charted. Well, your average is 25 minutes. That's actually below Dinosaur when it comes to the average wait time. And you can see how far that can get right here. We've got the screenshot of Dinosaur that was yesterday, actually, at 3:35 or 3:38 at the point of this post right here from Princener, I believe, or Robin Princeton. You can see 10 minutes. This is a park, by the way, that only has 6 to 7 attractions max right now. And that wait was still 10 minutes. And Zootopia was lower than that on the weekly average right there for a park, like I said, with almost nothing to offer. And so that raises the question, why are people maybe not necessarily supporting this attraction as much as the company probably anticipated that they would, especially in a park so starved with raw attractions and ride count? Well, Disney Tourist blog over there, Tom Bricker, has a bit to say about this and maybe why people haven't been overly enthusiastic about this particular new attraction right here from Disney Tourist blog, Zootopia Better Zootopia review, Disney World's worst new attraction of the 2020s. That's not necessarily a ringing endorsement, I don't believe. November 7, 2025. I'm going to scroll down to the review itself right here. To the extent that there's a story in Zootopia Better Zootopia, it's basically just that someone has sabotaged Zootopia Day, with Nick and Judy trying to get to the bottom of who did it. In actuality, the plot is threadbare. The story really only exists as an excuse to advance the action, which there's a lot of. And you'd be forgiven if you had no idea why anything that's happening is happening, or even if you missed the big reveal that the spoiler redacted is actually spoiler redacted. Not even sure that's a spoiler, but rather a blink and you'll miss it moment. You're watching this all unfold via satellite, but you're also sort of part of the action. It's framed as a passive experience, but in execution, it's very much an active one. And there's no point in trying to make any sense of this, reconciling the plot with the presentation or entangling what's happening. I'm not in the mood for a headache, so I won't bother. Yikes! This is not this is not a fantastic review for a franchise or an attraction featuring a franchise that's been so wanted by so many for so long right here. Now, I believe, Ron, you did actually see it. I want to go ahead and go to you. What did you think of the actual attraction, and are you surprised at the enthusiasm from park guests that we've noted over the week here?
Hey, opening day. An opening day is going to be busy. Okay, this is when I went. This was a cast member preview. I mean, that review sounds a lot like my review, honestly. Same things. The action moves way too fast to understand. Maybe kids, I get if kids are watching it, they kind of don't even really need to try to understand a story. There is somewhat of a story to it. There was this element of the whole sprinkler thing splashing in my face while two characters were spitting as they talk to each other, which is weird because you are supposed to be watching this via satellite. So how you're getting that spit on your face through what's supposed to be a screen, I have no idea. But it's also annoying because it goes on for way too long, and it feels like after it goes on for more than 5 seconds, you're going, okay, this actually feels like somebody's spitting on me, and I don't want. I look at it as the creatives from Disney going, "Oh, it'll be fun if we spit on our audience." Like literally, that's what I felt like. Like Disney creatives are spitting on their audience. That's what it made me feel like watching this travesty. And right now, I'm just looking at the park map. It's a 25-minute wait, which is a kind of a no. I mean, it's a wait as being the next people in line for this because
Right.
the show runs about 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe it's not super long, but if you're in line, you're waiting 25 minutes, you're either in line for the very next showing or the one after that. Not much of a wait. That ball it's supposed to be a ball of dung that everybody goes up and puts their hands on.
Disgusting.
Yikes.
Yeah,
That,
and that was there from before. That's from the Tough to Be a Bug thing, and it
right,
was kind of a
right,
funny
right.
joke. But like they couldn't do anything with it, so they kept it there, and they sort of repurposed it for this, and it was just it's like, oh man, this. And if you see, they're doing some of their similar things with the signs as far as just changing the names. But Tough to Be a Bug did that. I mean, it's yeah. There's the Tough to Be a Bug. This animatronic, by the way, that you're showing right now, it's a decent enough animatronic and stays there throughout the entire show. The giant cricket or whatever he was there before. And
Hopper.
Hopper.
Yeah.
Hopper was amazing. The show, the Bug Show was a far more amazing and somewhat even educational, entertaining show. There were issues with it because like sensory issues. Those same issues exist here. So if you have any child with you who is opposed to loud noises, having wind in their face, like there are moments when you feel like wind is just like shoved in your face real quick, or water in your face, or things crawling under your butt, or whatever. That's all still in this, but it thematically it makes zero sense. Why? Like I wanted to know if they were going to do something where it felt like by going under the tree of life, you were going through a dimensional portal into like the Zootopia dimension or something, but they don't do anything like that. And it just doesn't make any thematic sense. Whereas bugs living under a tree totally makes thematic sense.
Right.
And I'm not saying that like the Bugs Life thing has been around for a long time, and maybe it was okay, time for a change. I will disagree with that review on one point. This is not the worst new attraction of the 2020s. That is by far and away Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah.
Like literally like 1,000 times worse, mostly because it replaced something so beloved. Whereas It's Tough to Be a Bug was, somewhat divisive and people would skip it, right, if they knew what it was. Look, this is something that is a little bit of a downgrade from what was there before. Thematically, it makes no sense. It will entertain kids who don't have the sensory issues.
Right.
But it's also, I just feel like they could have done better. And I honestly think it may sound weird, but I don't think Zootopia, because of the kind of animals it has in it, like the what is it, anthropomorphic? Is that what we call them?
Anthropomorphic.
Okay, so I think they belong more Hollywood Studios thematically, or even the Magic Kingdom and Fantasyland, than they would in Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is supposed to be about true education, conservation, edutainment, if you will, in a way that this just it doesn't fit that thematically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MJ, I'm gonna go to you, and then Erika, I will go to you. MJ, I want to know first. I know you're. I don't want to say your exact location, but I know you're within proximity, roughly, of Walt Disney World. Have you been able to get down there? Have you been able to see this actual show? If you have not, what have you gathered the sentiment out there revolving this show? Do people like it? Do people hate it? What say you?
There's a lot of negative feedback coming from the show. I watch enough vloggers on YouTube, and I'm very connected with the Disney adult community, shall you? It is true. And Ron just basically laid it out. Thematically, it does not fit in the Tree of Life. Why are you putting Zootopia, a show? It doesn't even, people have gone to see it and they come out, oh my God, that was so funny. It was so cute, but I don't really know what I just watched. It made no sense. The story, and then they want to come up with excuses. Oh, they only had this amount of time to create this, and they had to cram it all in. And what are we doing? It just, nothing makes sense. I really think, like Ron said, kids are going to love it. You're going to laugh. You're going to enjoy the show, but it just doesn't fit the theme of the park, and it doesn't belong in the Tree of Life. It's actually kind of, disrespectful. And that's my opinion.
Well,
I'm not in a rush to go see it. I will be going to see it soon. And, I have my kids range from 22 all the way to 7. They're not crazy about seeing this. I gave them a little preview. They're like, oh, they do Bug's Life. And my daughter is the little one. She's, she has sensory. She's, highly sensitive, and she is extremely doesn't like loud noises or anything like that. But she enjoyed A Bug's Life, and it was very educational. It was just a good show. It was well put together. Okay. The story made sense. And this is not a story there. I don't even know what it's like a preview of Zootopia 2. That's where you're going to go see.
The worst part is that it maybe is just a preview of Zootopia 2, which is going to be in theaters and may do well at the box office, but I don't think it's going to have the long-standing feel of Zootopia. The Shakira song is really limited in this, and they almost make fun of not being able to use it for some copyright issue or whatever. It's kind of weird. I will say this, though. If you want to go to Animal Kingdom and you want to get the most out of the Tree of Life, walk around the outside of it, enjoy the sculptures. I will say I could spend an hour or two going on the Tree of Life paths and just taking a look at how intricately all of those sculptures are done. That is some of the best Imagineering that has ever existed.
Thank God they didn't touch that area, Ron. Thank God they didn't touch that, because that would have been really bad.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a wonderful example of what Imagineering once was.
Correct.
Right.
And so is Animal Kingdom in general. It's still probably I want to say of the Disney World parks, Animal Kingdom may have taken my number one position over Epcot with what they've recently done to Epcot. So fortunately, I will say that by being stuck under the Tree of Life, this doesn't have as negative of an impact as something like the Communicore Hall does over in Epcot, or the downgrade of Splash Mountain to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It just doesn't have that impact. So that's maybe the best thing that I can say about this, is it's shoved under the Tree of Life, and it won't have a tremendous impact on your overall experience of the park in general. And there's some really good food to be had at Animal Kingdom as well.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.